Okay, welcome in once again. Coming at you with my last hosting game of this, being Touhou 6, the embodiment of Scarlet Devil, which is going to be a lot of fun. George is running a hard no bombs, which is an interesting name for a category, so I'm very curious to see what this is going to be. But just a very quick reminder of the charity. This is going towards Extra Life, supporting Children's Miracle Network Hospital to give funding for critical treatments, healthcare services, pediatric medical equipment, and charitable care. Any little bit you can throw aside, greatly appreciated, big or small, doesn't matter. One singular dollar goes a huge way. But yeah, I'm going to jump right on over there and we'll get the run started.
Alright, everyone. Oh, sorry, I counted down from 10 as well. I should be live now?
Yes, you are live now, yes.
Alright, everyone, hi. I'm George, or Georgie, whatever you want to call me. If you use the letter, use Vaven, please. If you use the former, use him. It's up to you. But, hi, I'm going to be playing Touhou 6. If I look and sound like a mess, that's because I am. I have a, 12-hour, tech helping shift for another event after me. It is 8 AM. I woke up, 16 hours ago. But I'm on 2.5 energy drinks, so it's fine. It's all good. Don't worry. We're gonna be playing one of the hardest bullet hell games, so no worries. There's gonna be lots of stuff happening. It's gonna be a good time. This is Touhou 6 embodiment of Scarlet Devil. This is the first PC game in a very long series of bullet hell games developed by Zune. And I do want to say before we get things started, while there aren't flashes in this game, there's just so much happening with bullets spawning in and everything, but I will give a flashing lights warning for this. If you have, if you have photosensitivity and all of that stuff issues, you may want to skip this one. Sorry. But yeah, this is going to be hard, no bombs. So unfortunately, I'm not good enough yet to do Lunatic at a marathon level. I am grinding currently for Lunatic no bombs, so maybe one day it'll happen. I promise it for an on-site German marathon to happen next year, so I do have to learn it. But this event is just gonna be hard, no bombs. We're gonna be using Raimu, because Raimu has the best shot type when you stay close to bosses. Specifically Raimu B. Raimu A is a homing shot, and we know how to play the game, so we're gonna use a non-homing shot and do lots of damage. Also got a little face cam at the corner. You might be like, oh, it's overlaying the game. You'll see soon, it's not. If we're ready to start on timer, if we're not, please just yell at me. If I'm just gonna assume we are, because I don't see our lovely tech in here. So let's get this started in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this is Touhou. You've never seen a shoot 'em up or shmup before. I'm here to explain. Shoot 'em ups or shmups are essentially games where you play top down, side to side, whatever, and just lots of stuff gets thrown at you. This is just stage 1, and this will get exponentially more difficult. So, if stage 1 is gonna look interesting for you, just wait until we get all the way to stage 6. The way Touhou is structured, oops, drop that power. The way Touhou games are structured is that every game has 6 stages. Every stage has a, normal stage portion, a mid-boss, which is where we're at right now for stage 1. This is Rumia. She's also the main boss later on. Touhou 6 has a lot of, boss reuse, I guess. I don't know exactly what they call it. Lots of mid-bosses in Touhou 6 are also the main boss. And this is, by the way, this is the first spell card in Touhou history, because the PC game in Touhou introduced the spell card system. I'm not gonna go too deep into the lore on spell cards, but basically everyone agreed that Raimu is too powerful, and everyone decided to play by her rules, because else Raimu beats everyone up. That's basically the spell card lore. And if you want to know more about that, well, you've got a game to learn about and play yourself. Anyway, we are just coming up on the end of stage 1 and entering the stage 1 boss, as it's also Rumia. My goal here on the stage 1 was to collect as much power as possible. You can see it on the right, it's 51 power. 56, it's okay, could be better. I've once got all the way up to 72 power right before this boss. So this is Rumia, this is the boss part. Now you can see that, you can also hear the music has changed. And this is where things get, interesting. Bosses have, normal attacks and then spell cards, and they usually alternate. Rumia's first boss spell card is Nightbird, and it's a directed attack. This is a great way to explain streaming. No, not streaming on Twitch, streaming attacks. So the way what we call streaming in Touhou is when an attack is directed at you and we can just tap to the side. That's what we call streaming. Especially if it's like a long stream where, you know, just you tap, 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 kind of like that sort of thing. That's what we call streaming in Touhou. And this is already Rumia's final card. Stage 1 bosses are generally pretty quick. This can cause sometimes issues, but on hard difficulty, it's pretty chill. As I said, I've been grinding on Lunatic. On Lunatic, everything is like 10 times harder. Touhou difficulty, like Touhou games have an absolutely like, I don't know what to say, it like amazing difficulty curve. Like you're done with one difficulty versus well, like the next one is 10 times harder, which is cool. So there's always stuff to learn in Touhou, survival, scoring, all of that stuff. This is just a survival showcase run, but if you want to get into this entire series, there's like 19 games for you to learn, right? We're at Touhou 19 nowadays. I think if my math is correct, 15 of them are like mainline shmup games, and 4 of them are fighters. But yeah, it's a great series. Anyway, we are now on stage 2. I'm still trying to collect as much power as possible. And this stage 2 mid-boss is kind of interesting on time. It doesn't actually matter how fast I beat it, because if I take longer on this boss, it'll just drop me into a later portion of the stage, of the second part of the stage. Oh, no, 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 this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. I forgot that's a directed attack. Oh my god, I totally should have died there. I deserve to die there when you mess up your route that bad, but hey, we're fine. We are fine. Alright. Trying to collect as much power as possible here on this section. This is basically like if you die on here, retire. JK, but no, seriously, you should not die because you will take out all the enemies. This section though, the big white, I don't know what we're officially called, the big white ghosts, I don't know, I just call them ghosts. You can actually ram into them, so you gotta be a little bit more careful. Obviously I know the route, there's these fairies that are spawning at the top. So I know when to take them out, and now we're going to stage 2 boss Cerno. You might have heard of her, but before we do that, I'm going to do a really precise alignment. I think that's it. Align myself using the GUI on the right, dash over to the left, and here's a safe spot. Right above Cerno's head, that's a safe spot. You can just sit where the bullets start spawning around you. It's amazing. But yeah, we use the GUI, specifically I use the high score text on the right to align myself for that. Alright. You might have heard of Cerno before, by the way. Cerno is like the most recognizable Touhou character. There's an entire like day named after her. One moment. Okay, we're good. Little bit scary there, but we're good so far. Also, I've just realized I've started with a non-default amount of bombs, which is fine. This is a no-bomb run after all. But technically, in the eyes of the Touhou survival community, this invalidates this run, but, you know, it's a marathon. Alright, you might have also heard the sound that just played a little bit earlier. That was the sound for me to... Okay, we're safe for now. Box myself into a corner there. Jeez, normally I don't have that much issues on stage 2, but, you know, I've been out. Still got the spell card there. But yeah, the sound that you heard earlier there was the 1-up sound. You get extra lives when you reach certain amount of score. So that is, I believe, 10 million, 20 million, 40 and 60 million. So we get a total of 4 extra lives from score. And then there's also 2 extra lives that are dropped by mid-bosses. Yeah, something about Cerno and math. There's a song about that if you search on YouTube. It's actually, like if you're into, you know, that sort of stuff, right? If you like Japanese vocal tracks, then it's not a bad song. I like my Japanese music instrumental. Shout out to Demetori, by the way. Demetori, one of the best Touhou remixers. Anyway. Speaking of remixes, by the way, and songs, Touhou is an amazing, like... First of all, the music in the base game is amazing. And then there's, like, a gigantic, like, music remix scene for Touhou on top of that, so... Yeah, if you ever wanna, you know, like... Just to, like, convey how big the music scene in Touhou is, I have the Touhou Lossless Music Collection downloaded. It is 110,000 songs. So, yeah. Anyway, stage 3 is pretty much like just a route, and the mid-boss is also pretty chill. So if we have any words from our lovely host here, then what is this event benefiting? What are we raising money for? How much money have we raised? I want to know everything. Tell me.
I would also love to ever know everything. Currently no donations at the moment, but just to give a quick reminder where this is all going. This is all going towards Extra Life in support of the Children's Miracle Network hospitals, helping children all around by funding critical treatments, healthcare services, pediatric medical equipment, and charitable care. Sounds like a script? Probably do. Every little bit you can give is greatly appreciated. Everything from as low as $1, every little bit helps. And with that said, I'm going to let you get back into the run.
Yep.
Good luck.
Yeah, this is Touhou, by the way. It gets more intense by every stage. It's pretty cool. Okay, I did not want to go there, but we're fine. Alright, so far, perfect run. Let's see how long it stays. This is where the difficulty starts really ramping up. This is Mei-Ling. She has one attack, one of her spell cards is kind of difficult. It's one of the first points where I could realistically die. Everything else is still pretty chill, but there is that possibility. This is not her spell card, this is her opener, and this is a completely static attack. It's always the same, but I like it because it just looks beautiful. In my opinion, this is the most beautiful attack in the entire Touhou series, so... I've been... people have told me that's a hot take, but I stand by it. Alright, this is her non-spell. It's usually pretty chill. It's not if she does that twice. Okay, we're fine so far. Good, and now comes that spell card, which can get really interesting. Imaginary Flower, I can't pronounce that, whatever. I've never tried to pronounce that in a marathon before. Alright, let's see. Oh, that's... okay, I had to dodge around that. Should be fine. She's... spell card is about to end. Nice, good. Yeah, there's a health bar at the top where you can track your progress in terms of doing damage and all of that. So I was able to spot that the card was about to end there, which is nice. Alright, so 2 more cards to go. She has a double header ending her boss with just like CERN at the end. I do not like that pattern. Okay, we're good. A bit nervous because I okay, that was... I almost just dashed left into the wall there, which would have been bad. Alright. If I make it past here, we're on good pace. Not dying to Mei-Ling is always nice. Whoa, it's just... okay. We're safe so far. Nice! Alright, that's a perfect early game. The early game in Touhou, we like to call that stage 1 to 3, just the early game. And if you are going for a perfect run, you always want a... getting consistent, perfect early games is really important. So, who knows? Maybe this could be my first, my PB for this category in quotation marks is 2 deaths, or as we like to call it in the community, misses. I don't know why they call it misses. It's just old arcade terminology. I think it's got something to do with this is bad. Okay. No! I messed up my route. Alright, no perfect run. I messed up my routing there. I moved when I should have. All that attack was directed at me. I just panicked and moved, and that's what I get. That's what happens when you don't follow the route. Alright, that's fine. Oh my god, did I just do the same mistake again, moving when I shouldn't have? Okay, I'm fine for now. This is one of the harder attacks in the game, but because I died, my rank actually got reset. This game actually has a thing where the longer you survive, the harder the game becomes. It's called rank, and just the longer you don't die, the bigger that variable gets, and just the faster attacks become and the more bullets it spawns. So by dying there, I reset my rank, and that attack, what we call books, became a lot simpler. I'm still a bit annoyed that I died there, though. That was completely avoidable death, but hey, it's a marathon run, can't have everything. Alright. This section is a complete route. I literally just have to tap here. All of these blue bullets are directed, and I put myself on the left side so that when all these lasers spawn in, I'm kind of in the middle. So this section just repeats one more time. So if there's a very short donation or something very short that you want to say, now's the perfect time.
No new donations yet, but can you
donate
change again to remind everyone?
Now.
You heard them. Donate. This is no longer a suggestion. This is a demand. Donate. Yeah, this is going towards extra life in support of the Children's Miracle Network hospitals, helping the kiddos around
Am I dead
the
again?
world.
I might be dead again. Oh, messed up my route again. Whatever. Okay, 2 deaths in stage 4 is not great, but we'll see. Jesus Christ, I'm really not mad. I'm really not following my route properly here, but it's fine so far. Worst comes to worst, if I do end up losing all my lives, Touhou does has something called continue, where you can just press a button and it gives you more lives. Like it's fine. We can always finish the run. Only downside is I would get a bad ending. Alright, here is Hachioli. She's the boss of stage 4. She's like kind of like where, you know, we really get like to why we're here lore-wise. She's like the, I think, librarian of the mansion where like the devil that's causing all of this is there's Remilia, the Touhou lore. It's a thing. Touhou lore is like always like the funniest thing. Right, okay, we're safe. I would have definitely died on Vera if this was a lunatic. Alright. Took a little bit longer on my first attack than I liked, but here we go. This is where things really ramp up in difficulty. This pattern is, sometimes it's super easy, sometimes it's hard. It can just wall you randomly. I've never really understood how to avoid getting walled on this. It happens more when she's really low on screen like very earlier, but we got through there fine. Alright, her second non-spell attack is pretty much just the same as her first, except it's faster. So, that's pretty much it. But again, there are just routes for every attack. This was the bad route, but okay, I should be fine. As you can see, when like this attack started, I was like on the left to make sure that, you know, I can dodge to the right, and then it goes in reverse, so I have to be, you know, on the other side. Lots of, you know, attacks in Touhou. Like, they're similar, like, there's RNG to them, but they have, you know, similar patterns, right? It's like, spell cards are the patterns, right? So... Alright, Water Elf, this is one of her harder cards. A lot of people say this is just streaming, but I find it to be visually confusing for me. And sometimes I just can't read the gap between bullets correctly. Like there! Oh, okay. For death. This is not a good run in terms of mispacing, but we should be fine so far. I still have 5 more lives that I can die on this run. And as I said, worst comes to worst, I can just use a continue. Alright. Whoop! Okay, that's the king of visually confusing cards, by the way. Alright, Emerald Megalith. This card is super chill on hard. I should, if you have time after the run. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, what's going on here, Patchy? Calm down, calm down. Don't box me in. Thank you, thank you. If we have time after the run, I should show you how this card looks on Lunatic difficulty, because it's it really puts the Lunatic in Lunatic difficulty. Alright, we're done with stage 4, and I'm going to do a cheese strategy here. I'm just going to stay in the top left corner and tap down. That's it. Because there's going to be lots of stuff happening down there, and I don't want to be down there. So now for the next section here, the parries now come from the side, and I just stay in the middle and then tap down. Because that giant wave of things is essentially aligned to you. So I can just tap down and I just dodge all of it. You want to be down there? No! No! I don't want to be down there. Alright. I need to get down here because I need to prepare for this section. This is again a stream section. This thing is directed at me. And I want to be in the center so that I can take out the fairies immediately as I spawn in. Center, left, right, center. And that's really important because if you leave these fairies on for too long, they will immediately, like bad attack, these blue bullets, they will just immediately wall you. So that's where routing again really becomes important. Alright, Sakura mid-boss, stage 5. This has a really weird strategy. You kind of like headset her. Where you just stay above her, you like damage her above her hitbox. And this takes much longer, but this has the same thing as stage 2 mid-boss, where it just drops me into a later portion of the stage. So I'm not losing any time, and I am skipping a much harder stage portion in there, because right as you were supposed to end Sakir, or start this midsection. There's in the mid boss. There's a much harder stage section, so we actually skip this by doing this. Alright, this is her spell card. By the way, if I didn't time out her cards, if I just timed out her non-attack, you might have heard the timer there. This spell card would have been skipped. The problem with that is then I would not get the 1-up that drops now. And I've actually done that by accident during a lunatic no-bomb attempt at speedgaming Espanol, and that run finished with 8 deaths, which is the amount of lives you have if you pick up all 1-ups. So that one would have been a lunatic no-bomb if I didn't do that. But yeah, we're Sakir now, and this is the second to last boss, and as you can see, the difficulty just ramps up completely here. Whoa, that is a good gap I chose there, just right at the last second there. So let's see if I can get a good Sakir fight here. Sakir's spell cards are actually kind of chill, aside from her last one. Her non-spell attacks, especially her second one, is really where it's at. I did have to read that attack there. I had to like dash to the right because else I might have gotten walled to the left. And now her second non-spell attack. This is where just walls everywhere, and you have to read really far in advance and just see where the walls are coming from and find the gap that you can maneuver in. Whoa, okay, good. I saw that I could dash up there and then to the right, so that was really tense there. Alright, her second spell card has a kind of like a route. You just kind of like go to the side, because these are like mostly directed at you, and they can just dodge around it, just like that. So again, just go to the side, let them spawn around me, and then just, you know, go around everything. A little bit harder on Lunatic, but so far, it's pretty good. Yes, Servorno, yep, that's what Sakir does. Oh, this might be a death. Okay, we're fine. Her third non... Oh, yeah, ran into that. I did not see that knife. That's fine. Death on Sakir is pretty much expected. If I can keep it to 1 death, that'd be cool. Then I have 4 lives into the final. Whoa, okay, this is getting spicy. This is getting very spicy. Okay, we're good. I'd see a little bit of gamer stare here. Okay, I thought I ran into that bullet. Thought it was dead there. And we are good to go with Sakir. Alright, that was stage 5. 4 lives into the final stage. It's not the, you know, it's not the greatest one, but maybe it's just 2 misses over the entire run, right? So it's definitely not a PB. But hey, maybe I can close it up with a, you know, with maybe a perfect stage 6. I've done that in marathons before, just, you know, die 5 times and then perfect stage 6. That's always a fun one. But yeah, this is your final chance. If you want to donate and get this read out during this run, this is your final chance, because there's gonna be one quick, I'm gonna queue it over to our lovely host one more time after this, after the mid-boss. These rings are directed at you, so I can just tap to the side again and dodge all of them. And Sakir makes one final stand here. She's the mid-boss of stage 6, and she's got some patterns. She's got some attacks. She's got some moves. This can just randomly wall you if you're really unlucky, but no, usually it's chill. The last time I said that I died during a marathon, so we're... And then Meek, Eternal Meek. This is just pure RNG spam. Sometimes it kills you, sometimes it doesn't. Today, it looks like we win over Meek. Let's go. Alright, any final donations before we head into the final run here?
No donations right now. I know. Hold on.
Oh, did we get one?
We're at the 500 goal. No, nothing just yet, but anyone else wants to throw a donation our way, we greatly appreciate it. For an Extra Life and Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. And every little bit helps. Big or small, we greatly appreciate it.
Alright, I'm purposely waiting here for just to collect myself. Again, this is a showcase. This is Remilia. She is the stage 6 boss, and she's got, she's the final boss of the game, so she's got some... Oh! I have my music mod active! Oops! This is one of the PC98 themes. This is the stage 4 theme from the 4th Touhou game. Whoops! Well, you all get to enjoy some custom music. My bad. Alright, this is way better than their theme though anyway, so enjoy this. This is much more intense and fits the mood much better anyway. Alright. I did not expect, but I surprised myself there. Alright. Let's see. You know, if I have this music on, I got a perfecter. Let's if I don't, I'm donating $5 at the end of this. Alright, Mountain of 1,000 Needles. This is usually pretty chill, but sometimes it can just... Oh no, I'm dead. I'm so dead. Okay, I don't know how I survived that. I picked the wrong gap. Whoa, okay, we're safe for now. Okay, captured it. Jeez. That attack got way more scary than it should have been because I constantly picked the wrong gaps. Alright, Vampire Illusion. This is one of her cards that just either it's super easy or super like it. Either she does this, what she's doing right now, or she does the move where she can just wall, like move these. Well, it's like there. You can see there's a wall approach, so I have to dodge all the way to the right and make sure I dodge that wall coming at me. Because if I stayed in the middle there, that wall would have absolutely gotten me. Oh no, okay, we're safe. Can I take her before? No, I'm dead. Oh no! What a dodge! Alright. Well, might be saving those $5, hey? Alright, coming up on her, this is her final non-spell attack. It's phased, it's in 3 phases. Every time she starts shooting, she essentially becomes invulnerable. And then this should be our final phase, and then I can take her out. And then it's a double header into the final 2 spell cards. Scarlet Meister, this is pretty much the hardest attack. It's always nice if I capture that at a marathon, but it's a kind of difficult card. But oh no, I'm probably... Nope, safe. Alright, so far so good. That should be a capture. Nice, alright, Scarlet Meister captured a marathon. Loving it. Good. So if I capture this spell card, this is our final spell card, so do get ready to stop the timer. Then it's a perfect Remelia. But knowing me, I probably just jinxed myself. Okay, this is a horrible pattern. Okay, well, oh no! Well, that's $5 for the charity. It's all for a good cause. No perfect Remelia. Alright, should be 3 lives remaining for the run. I will take that after being awake for 16 hours and running tech for another event for that long. I will absolutely take that. Alright, time is coming up. You can see our health, but oh no, I'm dead again, aren't I? Nope. Okay. Surviving. It's definitely a run and a half. I'm dashing to the right, but I don't want to get caught up in there. Jesus, she's really trying to... I am very likely dead here. Yep! Ah! She boxed me into the corner. Alright, and that is time. That was a run and a half, Jesus. Alright, 6 deaths, 2 lives remaining. I'm going to have to very quickly turn off the game capture, because Zune, the creator of these games, does not want you to show the ending for this game, so enjoy the black screen of my just hand cam on there for a second.
GG's on that run.
Thank you, thank you.
That was a lot of fun to be in. If there's any quick shout-outs you want to give or anything?
Yes, I do want to shout out the Touhou Replay Showcase community. I got involved with them over the course of Touhou World Cup, which is an event that happens annually. Unfortunately, it happened, you know, just like a month ago, so you're gonna have to wait a little bit for next year's Touhou World Cup, but that's an amazing event that they help organize. On top of the weekly replay showcases that they do, every week the Touhou_replay_showcase channel is live and just showcasing replays from the community. So that's amazing. Touhou community is pretty cool like that. And yeah, Touhou World Cup annual thing, literally the top players in the entire world. Like, you think like what I just did is good, you should watch Touhou World Cup. There are people who can play Lunatic perfect with no bombs, no deaths. It's amazing. Aside from that, currently I'm not streaming myself. I may pick up streaming again in the future, about like grinding out Lunatic no bomb for Touhou 6 this game. But that's in the air. I don't enjoy personally streaming too much. I like doing marathon runs though, so if there's any like online marathons you see around, you're probably gonna see me there submitting this game. And last but not least, I didn't get to mention this during the intro, but I do wanna share a fun story with you. And that is, I'm gonna expose myself by saying that I'm on a Sonic speedrunning, community channel, and I've never ran a Sonic game before. Boo! Throw the tomatoes! I'm actually just a restreamer for Caesar. That's how I got eligible for this event.
Treachery.
I know!
Great stuff.
I know! Yeah. Alright, but yeah, I restream a lot for Caesar, so I asked them if that's cool if I submit Touhou. They said yes, so that's how this happened.
Hey, I mean, personally, I was more than happy to have you here. It was a lot of fun being part of. But yeah, I'll be honest. I'm so happy Sonic Frontiers got another showing.
Yep, I'm ready to kick it back to your break scene immediately. Actually, before we do, what's up next? I want to know what's up next.
Oh, that is a good question. Up next is Scott Bozo doing Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. Actually, we're starting a little Ratchet and Clank section right now. We've got a couple games coming up, so that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Looking forward to that. Alright, you should definitely not miss that. And also, donate.
Donate. You heard the man, donate.
Alright, I've been George. Catch you around.